good. Thanks, Connie. She's my third grade teacher here. In 1492, the Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Did he fall over the edge? No. What happened to the belief? The belief was converted to something much more powerful, the knowingness, the consistency of it, the proof, the truth. And that's what I like about the idea of converting belief to a stronger consciousness, a knowingness. And that which we focus on expresses itself in our life. A story. Siegel, Dr. Siegel, talked about his story about this lady who wrote to him and said, you know, I want to tell you about my aunt, or aunt, I know. My aunt had severe headaches, very severe headaches, to the point where she had to stop driving, she couldn't go to work, severe. And so what happened, she said, I decided to go to the doctor, I had to quit my job, I had to stop driving. And so the doctor says this, the diagnosis, you have an inoperable brain tumor, you got 3 months to live. Okay, we're talking belief here. So she said, no, I'm not going to accept this. I'm going to go to the internet, I'm going to search alternative ways of healing. I'm going to find a church or a center that deals with the positive. And she did that. She did that. And what happens is she started feeling great. And her headaches go away. She started feeling good enough to go to work. And then she was driving her car and she was in great shape. All of a sudden it's all working, it's cool. A year and a half later, what does she do? She runs into the doctor who gave her the diagnosis. And he was surprised to see her. And he said, what you been doing? She said, oh, I'm great. I have no headaches. I haven't had a headache for almost 2 years now. I'm back to work and I'm driving. Everything is really great. And he indignantly responded because she said, and I went and got some alternative treatment. I went to a center that believed in positive atmosphere. And he got very indignant and he said, I can prove that that's malarkey. That's quackery. I can prove it. He said, and I'm so sad that you went ahead and wasted all your money, good money, on such quackery. Now, what did she do about that? What did she do? She died a few days later. What happened? You see, the knowingness is so important. The belief changes. Many of us came from different backgrounds in religion, and our beliefs have changed, and we're here now with a kind of interesting belief system, which is precious. The choice is ours. The choice is ours. Do we identify with spirit? Do we identify with the source energy? Or do we identify with the turbulence in our life? It's up to us. It's our choice. And it's all good and it's all God anyway. Because whatever we do, we're going to learn from it, grow from it, and have to continue growing and learning until we get it right, I think. Some of us believe that. Scripture tells us, be wary of, be careful of what you focus your time on, your attention on. Because what we focus on is what we become, period. And it's not just Angela speaking, it's the truth. It's a universal truth. What we focus on, we become. How many of you believe that? We believe it, don't we? Also, what we think and feel matters. It's important how I feel. I can't feel distressed. I can't feel fear and doubt. I can't feel unhealthy. I can't feel lack if I want to experience those things. It just doesn't work that way. So Job says, hey, listen, folks. For the thing, I have to read it because I really goof up scripture when I do it. I have to read it. For the thing which I greatly feared is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of is come unto me. And so Siegel came out and showed us exactly what that means. And what Siegel did to that lady with the aunt is it proved beyond a shadow of doubt that our inner beliefs, our inner knowingness, is what we experience in the outer experience that we're looking at. Bob said this last week, and I loved it. Bob said, we're birthed into this human body. We are birthed into it. And how are we birthed into it? We're birthed into it as a potential. Then it's up to us to define what that means in our life experiences. Because we're a potential, as Bob said so eloquently. See, Bob? It's good. We're a potential. Coming from a dimension of all possibilities. Hey! That empowers our life to experience it. And all we have to do, really, is identify with that. We need to want that so badly as we wanted to breathe when we're underwater. We need that so much, that breath of truth. And the breath of truth is what we are. We are spiritual beings, accept it or not, but that's what we are. But we have choices. We can say, yes, I want to identify with that and have my authentic self express itself, or I can not do that. We don't have to express it in the terminal. I'm going to close with the story of Jake. And Jake is pretty phenomenal. Because Jake studied this belief system. And it's a classic story. And I'm not going to get into the entirety of it. But what Jake did, he was studying that bull riding stuff, the Brahma bull, which is the divine presence in Hinduism. The Hinduism says, hey, the divine presence, connect with the divine presence and you'll experience Atma. What is that? You know? And so this guy, this youngster, 23 years old, he's studying this stuff. He's going to places like the PLC, and he's really studying. He's got it. He says, I got it. And so he decided, hey, I'm going to go into a bull riding contest. That's what I'm going to do. And so the ESPN people are interviewing him. Hey, how long have you been doing this? How long have you ridden the bull? He says, I've never ridden the bull. Never. What? Oh, well, at the gym, there's this mechanical bull. Yeah. He said, what I'm interested in more than anything else is the fact that I know when I'm connected to source energy, I become that energy. Something happens to me that turns me on. I mean, just all kinds of ideas come before me. It's as if I'm so empowered that I can do anything. When I'm in that moment, I become part of the source energy. It's kind of cool. And he says, and I feel that I can go ahead and ride the bull and win. And they laughed. They laughed. First bull rider gets on. He's fighting the bull. Fighting the turmoil. And he gets thrown off in a matter of seconds. The second bull rider lasts a little longer, but he gets thrown off. Well, here comes Jake on the bull. Never ridden a wild Brahma bull ever in his life. But what did he have? He had the consciousness of unification, the consciousness of oneness. That's all he had. And so the bull comes out, and he became an extension of the bull itself. He was its muscles, and it was this, and he was part of it. He was one with the bull. And he rode that bull, and he joined in the rhythm of the bull. And finally, he wins, of course. What does that tell us? The ABCs of spiritual evolution tells us that if you want to identify with the stuff, with the turmoil, with all the stuff in the world, then you're going to be like the first and second bull riders. You're going to be thrown for a loop. But if you identify with that which you are, creative energy, a potential from the dimension of all possibilities, then you're going to ride the bull and you're going to experience Atma. And so it